So like, for me, like, game aside right now, like, I just want to let you know, like, that was the first night in the game. Like, I was very frustrated. I didn't sleep because it was very hurtful, Tom. Like, the slaughterhouse was my highest moment of the game. We all played as a team. We literally swept the podium, 1, 2, 3, for the alliance that I thought we had. And then that was dismantled 24 hours later. And then you and Kato blamed me and Natalie for dismantling that when that wasn't the case at all. So I've always said, you're a hell of a thinker, Tom. And I'm going to try to trust what, the plans you come up with. But at the same time, I got caught in the backfire of that. Had things not changed, we would have been smooth to the end. So now you're talking about putting me on the block, and then I'm trying to think, okay, but
it's not as easy. Yeah. It's not an easy thing, but I am being honest and truthful that you are not the target.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm also
so that's why I had to say.
I'm also being honest and truthful that I haven't talked to everybody yet formally, but I have talked to everybody privately, casually, and I know that the other person would.
Because if
let's put it this way. So I'm going to answer the question you're about to ask me.
What am I about to ask you?
If the other person wins the veto, I'm going to put someone else back up, and you're still not going to be the target.
Oh, okay. I guess there's potential. There's still enough people in the house.
If you win the veto, I want you to take yourself off the block. I want you to win the veto and take yourself off the block. I'm going to put someone else back up, but the person that I put back up is not the target. Not purposely backdooring anybody.
Okay.
I'm putting 2 people up. The idea is you and one other person. The other person is my target.
I mean,
if that person wins the veto, the other person that I put up will be the target.
I understand. So I can.
The reason, by the way, I know you hate when I cut you off, but I've got to say it before I forget. The reason you're not the target is because although we've had some, tense moments, I do feel that we get each other in a way that's different than
we're both Leos.
Yeah, anyone else. Like, we've talked a lot since the beginning. There was some sort of a connection there that we understand, and I believe that is valuable to go, much, much further. So.
Okay, so I'm trying, because I don't really know, because I don't have the other name, so I would just try to guess, like, this sounds great, and I like how it leaves you the ability, because obviously, like, the numbers last night, we could have definitely, just with Nat, Rick, and I, we could have decided whoever wanted to go. And I knew that, like, energy-wise, I was better to work with you than Kate. We all knew that. We all felt that. So. Just trying to switch it if I was you, though. I understand like that, then people wouldn't know necessarily that we're working together because they know that we literally had the biggest one of the biggest blowouts in the house.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, I'm just thinking like, and I mean, I don't understand why you're just not telling you what to do. I mean, obviously your plan is great for other different ways, but like, why just not have Candy and Dina go up and then whoever loses or whoever stays? Like, instead of trying to do, basically, I feel like I'm catching the double whammy. I feel like you hurt me with the alliance and then now you're putting me on the block. And I'm over here like, whoa. Like, I didn't break the alliance, I played hard in the slaughterhouse. I was ready to go to the end with you guys. And now you're sitting here telling me that you want to put me on the block. And I feel like, okay, and I'm the one that approached you. I said, fight for this, Tom. I pulled you aside in the bathroom and I said, like, well, do you want it? Like, if he wants to truly make amends, that's how I feel like I would do it. But at the end of the day, you're HOH and you know how this thing goes because you've had the comeback that everybody desires and dreams. And you told me that you work a lot with TV and you think about storylines. What are the 2 best things that people like in TV storylines? They like an epic comeback, and they like to see someone have a great transformation, whether they're from like, working on something in their whatever personality traits or whatever. And I just feel like, I mean, and I told you, Tom, I said, go back and read my tweets. That for me was solid. Our team was solid. So, I mean, I like what you're saying. I'm trying to understand it still more, though.
Yeah, and I kind of, I want to talk to everybody and hear everybody and think about everything, because everything affects everything. But I sort of already kind of have now. I have to talk to Dina, but I kind of know what she thinks about stuff.
Because I know that they're not going to win competitions.
Yeah.
So even if you align with them or whatever afterwards, they haven't won anything yet. So like everybody else has won something in the house. So
think about this again.
So that's how I know.
Keep everything confidential.
That's how I know you're telling the truth, because it would be even more crazier for that to happen, because you know that like obviously you can't compete in the next one. So you need to partner with people that are ready to like battle and game on. So to secure your safety. So I am saying though that if you do save me this week, I absolutely 100% will save you next week. I look forward to playing. But I'm saying even more so, Tom, like let's just fix what's broken. Like you in this moment as HOH have the ability to secure yourself to the end.
Yeah.
Not just one. Like we need to stop playing just one. You have your ability to like literally to the end. You know, the last day. So
Yep.
but I don't know, is that what you're saying, the same thing though, the way you're maneuvering it? Is that like, would that be the same way?
What would be the same way?
Like you said, if we keep the plan how you have it now, is that like essentially the same thing? Like you feel like if you remove the target you think is the target, does that essentially get you to the end?
Well, I think so, but I've made a few wrong predictions so far.
Yeah.
So, so I think we've all sort of thought it was going to go one way and then it didn't. So, I think so.
Can I ask you one more question? If you do make it to the end and you're thinking about whoever you're up against, have you thought about like, let's say if it's a Dina or a Candy that really haven't, like who do you think would be voting for you for the 12 people that were in the house compared to like a Dina or Candy who have never been HOH, have no blood on their hands, like it's just, I mean, America's Housewife, like house mom, so.
Yeah.
I obviously know there's a long game, a short game, and.
Well, the thing is it's still kind of true what I said. Like, I'll be happy if I get to Final Four. And then we'll play. And if somehow I end up in the Final Two, I mean, that's cool. But like, I'm not really thinking about the vote at the end. I'm thinking about it in the sense that I know if I did get there, I want everybody to vote for me.
But you are thinking about the Final Four.
Yeah.
Well, if you're thinking about Final Four, then you already know that, like, literally we had a team. Like, we had a team, and I can't convince you that I know you feel like you were betrayed, but I'm telling you, please go back and read the tweets, and you'll see it's not the case. I thought we had a team, so.
Yeah, I understand. And I also understand that I could have misinterpreted some things, and, I believe that.
I know, and that felt genuine. When we had that conversation, that felt genuine and honest. Like the bathroom talk I needed, because it just felt like it was everything aside, and I just felt like, and you told me, and I was just like, shit, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like the way that seemed weird, what I was doing. Maybe it felt weird to me, the way Ricky was behaving, felt weird to me. So my gut was saying.
Trust me, we grilled the hell out of him, and at one point I really thought he did have the power. So, I mean, I don't know. So this game is tricky, and I know it has the ability to do that. So can I hear your plan again so I just don't get it confused?
So the plan is I put you in the block with someone else. You try to win the veto, take yourself off the block. If you don't win the veto, either way, the target is the other person, okay? And in exchange for me already starting to sort of do reconnaissance and secure the votes to know that you will be safe in that scenario, okay? I know that you'll be safe.
No one knows anything. I mean, you literally went from last to first to last, and then back last to first. I feel adamant in saying that you told me yesterday, and I'll say at this point, if you put me on the block, do it. Put me on the block, But I'm not going to sit here. I mean, I know there's a game, Tom, but yesterday I felt like you weren't playing the game with me. Yesterday when you told me you wanted to come back and make amends, I thought you were being honest.
And I think you'll...
And if that was the case, then if I was coming back and I knew that I had an alliance with people in this house to the end, and I broke that alliance, that I would try to make amends with them first. And I feel like Candy and Dina have not done anything in this competition. I feel like they should be the ones to fight it out. None of them have won anything. So let them fight it out to win a power veto. Why should I have to fight it out to win a power veto when I've proved that I've come in here to play, I've come in here to work on a team, and I just feel like if you're trying to make amends and let the game play, I'm still going to be loyal regardless. Like I was loyal when I told you to fight. I was loyal even on all those moments, Tom. Even when we had a big altercation, I never told Ricky about the final four. So as much as you don't believe it or whatever, like I'm going to leave this house with my head up high and know that I'm a team player and I thought I was on a team. So.
So.
But I mean, it's your...
Let me ask you another question. Again, fully confidential, right? This whole conversation, like, we agree on that?
Yes. Whatever you want, Tom. At this point, I'm just preparing myself to go on the block, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you should, and I think you're going to be fine, okay? But you mentioned Dina and Candy haven't won anything. So why would you want to get rid of them? Don't you want to win?
Because right now, Tom, you're not looking at this. You have the numbers. Like, if you make amends with everybody that we had that first agreement with, if you make amends with all of them, I guarantee you that's it. That's the final final four. You're in the final four already. So I feel like you're trying to do this.
If this week, you're talking about 3 people, right? Well, if this week, one of those people is gone, then there's 2 people. You're one of them.
Yeah.
And you're on my side. So then there's only 1 person. So what numbers am I up against?
Got you.
No numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
Then it's me, you, Candy, and Dina, and potentially 1 other person versus 1 person.
Got you.
It just flips.
Well,
and the people now that are on you're on my side are people that have never won a competition. So then when we get to Final Four, your odds of winning the whole thing go up exponentially.
No, because that's why I said you have to look at the short term and the long term. I know that if I stand up against Candy or Dina, I do not have a chance to win.
Why?
Because I've gotten into arguments with Ryan, I've gotten into arguments with Jonathan, I've gotten into arguments with Kato, I've gotten into arguments with Tay, I've gotten into arguments with Ricky. Literally 5 people in the house. How many people has Dina and Candy gotten into it with? 0. So if I'm basing, you're promising me to get to the end, Tom, the end is only 1 person wins. And I'm just saying, like, at the end of it, and I was just trying to tell you, like, they have no blood on their hands. They've also won no competitions. So that's what I'm saying. And you're also...
You're talking about the vote.
Yeah, the vote. But then also, I don't even... That's just long term. So whenever I...
What if you and me were the final 2?
Well, then I got to freaking worry because you're killing these competitions. And I feel like you'll have...
There's no competition for the final 2. It's a vote.
You'll have the guys. You'll have the guys. Because...
I don't know. I don't think they like me too much.
Ryan and Jonathan...
You were all against me.
No. Ryan specifically thinks that the girls were the masterminds behind sending Jonathan home.
See, my problem was I aligned with Anthony, who then was a mole. So it was like it was me, Anthony, and Kato, and then all of a sudden Anthony was gone, and then everybody was all off in their groups. I'm like, what? I'm all by myself.
Anthony's good to line in life because he's a billionaire. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I see what you're saying. I guess the problem is I don't know, it's hard because when I run races, you definitely want to think about the end goal, but you also have to think about the short-term goals as well. So, and I think that's also what kind of got us too fluctuated as we lost sight of, the short term. We had too many people still.
I think the other thing you have in your favor, okay, in a vote situation against anyone in this house, all right? Seriously.
Are you being serious? Like, you're not messing with me right now?
Yeah, I'm not.
No, for real. You're going to be honest with me.
Yeah. I think Candy and Dina and myself, you have a real, you're an American hero.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, they hate me. I get teased all the time for not winning an Olympic medal, all the time.
You know, you're
That's Ryan Lochte you're talking about.
you're an Olympian. You have a
That-
dream, and you know you.
But America doesn't vote. A panel of 12 people living in this house vote, and I've made a lot of people upset. Tom, you saw how many arguments I've had in this house.
Well,
so
you've got to. That's an issue regardless of what happens. Whoever you're in the final two with, that's an issue you have to contend with. But you do have, you know, I don't like talking about money, but Dina and Candy, I think, are fairly wealthy people.
yeah, they are. I don't. This is
So when you have everybody voting and you're up against a wealthy person and you're a person
That's
with
a
a
good
dream
point. I
who's an
never
athlete, and you're trying to
Fund it.
get health insurance and things that you've told me, you know, people are
that's a
rooting
good point.
for
I
you.
forgot about that.
Well,
But do you think that the panel of 12 will remember that?
I think you get a chance to give a little speech. So put that in your speech.
But why are you acting like you don't? I mean, you're competitive, Tom. I know you want to win. Like literally, you